So I think it would be a good idea to share this with everyone because it's quite surreal actually. Show everyone the box. See this box? Oh, let me show. See that red box there, and them files there, and that little folder there. That's my life in that box. It's quite sad, really. All the what are you doing? Where are you going?
Man's shaking, sorry.
All of the problems, the disasters, the fucking shit that's gone on in my life, which, to be fair, was all mostly self-inflicted, is all in this box. This is just my box of letters and photos from prison, and we've actually had a bit of a laugh. We've just found some photos. There's me and what's that one? What's that?
I'm just
comparing. There's me and Harry. I'm looking pretty cool. Right there.
Yeah, you look pretty cool. You
That's
shades.
gangster. Yeah.
That one is him and Calvin, by the way.
Calvin. There's me, Harry, and Calvin.
Look at that. That's crazy.
Now, anybody who's been to prison will understand why it's in the condition that they're all in the condition of. Because see that there? That's toothpaste. That's what we get. That's what we're allowed to put photos up with. Believe it or not, toothpaste is a great way of putting posters and photos on walls. And there's me. There's Harry there. Our dad. Me.
Who agrees that
and Calvin.
Your dad looks like Calvin?
I think so, Harry.
No, I think Harry more so now.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, but do you know what's more intriguing? I had to get this box out earlier, and I went through it earlier. I had a little bit of a moment because we had the director and the production company over here from UCA Films, and obviously they're going to use a lot of this stuff for the book. And I found, well, going through it, I managed to find some letters that Harry wrote to me. Harry was only a kid when I was in jail, so he only wrote me a few letters. But one of the most interesting things, which I spoke to you lot about earlier, wasn't it? The company that we have now, Born Alpha, the gym that we have, Alpha Training. I found a book. Here it is. Didn't show you this earlier, did I?
Oh.
See this book? It's in my cell. I was adamant I was going to have a gym. So I started writing down gym names of what I was going to call my gym.
What's that one crossed out?
Mammoth Gym. First one, Back to Basics Gym. Second one, Lambert's Gym. Bulldogs Gym. Jungle Gym. Mammoth Gym. Out of all of them, I crossed out Mammoth Gym. And then, do you know what else I did? I started writing things that pissed me off. Planes. So I wrote a whole fucking description of...
Look at handwriting.
Look how small your handwriting is.
That looks proper.
What? That looks good.
Just things that annoyed me. People saying no problem, mate. That irritated me, so I wrote a whole fucking...
Does it still irritate you?
Oh wait, you just wrote.
I just wrote a fucking
full
whole
page
paragraph, and a page.
Does it still irritate you?
A little bit. And then I drew a full CAD drawing of what my gym will look like when I get out of prison. I shit you not. I was that adamant I was going to have a gym. I had no idea on how I was going to afford the gym or how the gym was going to get built. Now, do you know, going back to what I just said, the most interesting thing about bornalpha.co.uk, the actual shop and the Alpha Gym, is I found a letter here, which Harry's written to me. Hi, bruv, hope you're okay. Yeah, I hope to come and see you soon. I want to know what this money-making scheme involves, but hey, I'll find out when I see you. I got your letter saying that if it goes well, we'll bring Calvin in at a later date. So we already had intentions of bringing Calvin in at a later date. Now, Harry just started messing about with computers, and even though he was at school, he was starting to mess about with designing websites. So then he sent me another letter saying the website is a wicked idea. We could make it happen. I need to do some research on it, but it sounds cool. I'll just keep it between me and Calvin and you. So there was this idea, right? Now, do you want to know what that is? I found the business plan that I wrote in prison. That's right. Full-on detailed business plan. That was my business plan. On my website. Now, would you like to know what this business plan entails?
Sure.
It entails a website. This was before Facebook. This was just when forums on the internet was starting to get big, I suppose. It was a website to do diet plans and training sessions and show people a different way of training. A way of training that I made up in prison, which ended up getting published on muscletalk.co.uk at that time, which ended up getting published from that into the Beef magazine. But I wanted to do a whole website about it. Now, if you think of the similarities that we do now on such a big scale, which involves me and Harry, me doing the fitness side of things, Harry doing the web design, and then later on we bring in Calvin, which is exactly
What's that?
What's happened? And
what we've done. We've now designed a business which has come up with an idea from me. I can't do that without the expertise of Harry, because he's the computer fucking genius. And we've then later on involved my brother. And one of the things he's written in his letter is, yes, I promise you I'll behave at school and keep my head down on the condition that you keep your head down in there and don't get any extra days, bless him, at school. Now I asked him, do you have a girlfriend yet, Harry? That was just a random question. He's going to kill me for saying this. Harry replied, no, I haven't got a girlfriend yet, but there is a girl that I really, really do like. Her name is Louise, and she is one of the popular girls in my year. I find it hard to talk to her, so I just sit behind her in science and look and watch.
He is going to kill you.
My.
He was a little freak, wasn't he? Bless him. So the most popular girl in school,
He used to sniff her hair.
Let's not talk about how Harry yet.
He just sits behind her and watches her.
Have we got any old
Bless
pictures of
her.
Harry so we can imagine what he was like now?
Of what he was like.
No, there's one we want the creepy Harry.
Get the one of him and Harry having a drink.
Creepy
Where's the one of him and Harry having a drink?
Big
There's
one.
one.
Yeah.
There we go. That's what he would have looked like at that time.
Well then, let's get a better lighting.
So, hold on.
Sorry.
Louise,
Wherever you are.
if you're watching this, which is quite likely because everybody fucking watches my videos, if you saw that kid in your year sitting behind you in science, just watching you, whilst dribbling out of his braces,
He's 100%
he
wank.
was not a sex case. You did not have to fear for your safety.
But
That's
can
my
we-
little brother Harry.
Can we guarantee he's 100% wanked over Louise?
That's a guarantee. That is a guarantee. Louise, he had wanked over you. That's fucking guaranteed.
100%.
But you would have been safe. He was too shy to sexually assault you or anything else, I would have thought. And look, this is me and Kirsty. This is Anir and Archie's mum. We were together for 10 years. She stayed with me all the way through prison, bless her. We're pretty much best mates now, aren't we, really?
Yeah.
She works at the office, she cleans, she looks after the VAT, she does fucking everything. She's a good girl, look at us there. And in fact, look at this picture here. This was the 2004 British final, the NABBA British final, where I competed against Flex Lewis. And it was after the show, and I was proposing to Kirsten in front of a room full of people, and you'll see my brother-in-law there, Lisa there, my sister, Kirsten, and me. Look at that for an old picture.
Look at that.
Never knew I was engaged, did you? Oh, that's right. There was no expense spared when I got engaged. I went and purchased a ring from Argos for £54.99. I still remember the exact price, and I was proud of that. That to me was proper I was earning £70 a week at the time.
Was that pushing the boat out?
Yeah, I was only 17. £54.99.
Boom.
Fucking ring. Bargain, eh?
It's that.
I bet she loved it.
You're impressed with that, weren't you? Yes.
I like it.
I bet she actually did love it, though, didn't she?
Huh?
She did appreciate it.
She fucking loved it. I cried. She didn't. Would you marry me? Oh, mate, I got a fucking
Wait,
proper
you
emotion.
was actually engaged then? I just realised.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I was engaged to be married.
I did the same
But let's be
thing.
honest, the wedding was never going to happen, was it? Really? That was the wedding was postponed because of some political reasons involving me going to prison. So that was sort of
We could have leave.
file. We've got we've got police reports here. We've got fucking prison reports here.
You know what the shit thing about that was, though? You went in prison, she couldn't even pawn a ring to get anything. She got a packet of crisps with it.
Oh yeah, that was pretty much fucked from the get go. Here we go. This is a prison nicking. Notification of a strike. This was a serious offence. On the 9th of the 11th, 2007, by Officer Small. Officer Small, you never guess what. Officer Small, you fucking cunt. He was one of them ones. Some officers you got on with. They were officers, but they played a fair game. Then there was some officers that really fucking pushed their weight around, right? And he was one of them. And do you know what? It was only 3 years ago. I was driving in Kettering town centre and I had to stop. And he walked past me and he was actually... I ain't got nothing against fucking street cleaners, but he was actually working for the Kettering Borough Council.
Really?
Sweeping the streets. Yeah, emptying the bins and that. And I just looked at him and I just thought, you fucking prick. Yeah? And he was a man in authority. But you know what? I'm glad he's doing that because now he would appreciate how difficult that fucking job is. Well, I granted it's a well-paid job, but how difficult that fucking job is. And like I said, I ain't got anything against road sweepers. We need them, but it's nice when you get somebody in a position of power that gets fucking knocked down a peg or two. Do you know what I mean? On the first movement this morning, you were told to attend healthcare, as stated on the PAM sheet, but you went to the gym instead. That's literally what he said.
Boom.
But I went to the gym instead.
What's a PAM sheet?
The fucking order that they tell you to
Oh, you was
go
telling
into different fucking places. I have got a nick in here somewhere for wanking. No, seriously, I got found guilty and punished.
What, you can get punished for wanking?
Yeah, it's illegal to wank in prison.
Really?
Do they think no one wanks in
Nah,
prison?
joking aside.
Is that
I
still...
got caught by a fucking woman officer as
Is
well.
that still allowed?
I'm embarrassed. No. And, mate, I got caught by a woman officer, right? She then brought a fucking, the wing PO down. I had my magazines laid out on my bed because they check the fucking bolt, they go through and do, check all the cells at 9 o'clock, around about 8:30, 9 o'clock. And then they do a check probably every 2-3 hours, just go around fucking check all the cells, make sure some donut hasn't hung himself or something. And I got the times wrong, I'll be honest with you. And I had all because you had people that would rent out the burn on the wing, which would be like tobacco, and I was renting out the porn on the wing. So I had an officer, because you got to have PlayStation 2s in there, I had an officer in there that was bringing me in DVDs with porn on. So I was renting them out for like packs of cookies to the inmates. And then I had my porn magazines, I'd rent them out at night. And I'd rent out my shower gel. This is how currency worked in jail.
Shower gel?
Yeah, I was the shower gel and porn king. And so I laid out all my nuts magazines and porn. I had a fucking, on the PlayStation, I had literally, mate, I was fucking...
So he's a big sleazeball, wasn't
Especially a pimp with a
Mate,
bomb.
I had, yeah, I'll
was
be
a pimp.
honest.
He's a pimp with porn and
he? I don't
shower.
blame
I
you.
thought I was going to have a proper luxury wank. Not only did I have my magazines on, right, so I had more than one thing to look at. I had my porn on the fucking... on mute, obviously, because she didn't want anyone hearing, because the wing's quite echoey, on my PlayStation, and then I had me wet, warm flannel, No, I'll be honest with you, mate, I was bang, I've been in for 2 years already, what the fuck would you do? And then what happened? Fucking, the flap opened, and there was the prison officer, Lambert, put it away, I was like, oh, fucking hell. And then the next day...
Did you have it all took off?
Was
No, the next day I was escorted down to the fucking block. I was put in the block and then taken into the adjudication where you sit in front of the governor. Then I had 2 or 3 officers in the fucking room, as well as somebody writing down fucking notes, and they're like, you was caught masturbating on this date at this time. How do you plead? And I'm like this.
Well,
Guilty. So I'll be honest with you, it's official, I'm a wanker. I could have told him that before I went in.
yeah. If you're not a wanker, you're a liar.
I am the biggest wanker in the jail. And I fucking argued it. I said, fucking hell, as if it's illegal to wank. And yeah, it was.
Wait, another question. Did you wash your face with the same flannel you wank with?
You know for well he did.
Yeah! Yeah, he fucking did.
Hey, put it in the laundry, didn't you? I don't fucking know. Fucking this one here, approximately 1,400 hours on the 29th of the 8th, 2007. Now, if you Google that date, 29th of the 8th, 2007, on F-Wing, this was in Wellingborough, cell 117, prisoner MA8124 Lambert became very volatile whilst awaiting staff to serve lunch meal. He proceeded to smash the observation panel in his cell door. Well, what they're failing to fucking tell you is the prison officers were on strike that day, and we didn't get fed for about 24 hours. Everyone went mental. I got lost of TV for 14 days. Lost of canteen. Fucking hell, it just goes on. Paperwork after paperwork after paperwork. You don't want to even... We were just reading the police reports, weren't they? They were pretty fucking funny. Yeah. It just goes on. But yeah, there's some funny shit here. It's just... It's quite intriguing, the letters that I wrote to Harry, having that idea, and then look where we are now, involving exactly the same people.
It's good to look back on, isn't it?
Yeah, it's good to look back on. But if you've got a box like this, you're a mug like me. You could have done a lot better in life. So for the kids and that are watching this, yeah, it's funny. And I suppose it's good to have any sort of life experience. But I would rather swap this box here for a folder with GCSEs. I haven't got one. Have you got GCSEs?
No.
You got GCSEs?
Look who you're asking.
Travelling, so obviously you didn't go to school, did you? But no, but you did home education.
You went to
didn't
school, didn't you?
Did you go to school?
I done primary school,
Yeah.
and then I got 1 year in secondary school.
Right.
Well, I didn't finish the year.
But it is true. That's not knocking
No,
travellers.
no,
Travellers actually get taken out of school and they do home education, don't they?
Yeah.
A lot of them. So if let's say a traveller family employs people to do home education or something, can they do exams like everybody else?
No, to be honest, the reason why home education is to learn to read and write. It's not about exams or anything like that.
You can if you actually do it all the way, but normally, even when it's home education, it stops after like 12, 13.
Yeah.
I went straight to work.
Do you even know how to spell GCSE?
So yeah, you just work.
Wait.
No choice, you're on your
How do
own.
you spell GCSE?
G.
Oh, you had to think about it. That's actually good. You had to think about it. It's GCSE.
Oh, it's G.
As if you had to think about that!
Oh, no.
Oh, mate.
Wait, what's
No, but joking aside, listen, it's obviously I am where I am because of my history. This is my history. And I have a lot to show, but it's only because I had to fucking take a lot of risks and take a lot of shit. And take a lot of shit along the way. But there is a better way and quicker way to get where I am, and that is with education. Believe me, when they say that saying, innit, the pen is mightier than the fucking sword.
Oh,
It is, really. Just like in prison, you can kick off and scream and do whatever. You might get some in prison officers that are intimidated by it. You might get some that come down with what's called the Mufti squad, the riot squad. They'll pin you down and throw you in the block. But at the end of the day, it's that officer at the end of the day that's writing his report that can fuck you up for the rest of your sentence or your life. Same as a police officer. You can kick and scream with them, but it's when they write their little fucking...
That's when I got you.
So believe me, the legal way is the better way to go. Solicitors, barristers, judges, they can all fuck you up just with a pen. Do you know what I mean? The pen is mightier than the sword, so it's best to get an education. And like I said, it's okay having a laugh and a joke along the way. It's okay having a history, but I think it would be better to get where I am doing it the right way. But hey ho, I'm here now. At least I'm fucking breathing.
You look at life differently now.
I do look at life differently.
And a man who looks at the life the same 10 years on is a man who's wasted his life.
Do I regret everything? I don't think I do, because if it wasn't for going through everything, that I've been through, I wouldn't be knowledgeable in the things that I am now. But do I wish I'd have took an easier path, as in like just by using my brain. Yeah, I think so. I think we all do, don't we? Don't you? You can't regret things. Things happen, don't they? It's done. There's no point in fucking pondering on them. It's fucking
Character building.
It is character building. Hey, check this out. This is me before I even went to the gym. Straight out of training from boarding school. That's why I went to boarding school. Out for the braces. And I know this was me before I started training because this vest was the very first vest I ever wore to the gym. My first day at the gym. I remember it. In fact, it was a full-on matching yellow shorts and vest. I looked right cunt.
Basketball style.
Look at that.
Well, let me wait. So there's a vein in your arm, and you've got up top chest.
Yeah.
And you didn't train.
What's a boarding school? Boarding school is where you sleep there.
Boarding school's for some naughty kids, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it started off being naughty kids. I was a very ill child. I was a sick child. Believe it or not, I was.
Burn cats.
My life was saved actually a few times by my mum and the paramedics. I like to burn cats.
What?
But then when I got a lot better, I was that kid that stunk a piss that was on an oxygen machine and everyone laughed at. Seriously,
Oh, no,
so I pissed the
laughing
bed
at
up until I was about 14. So I genuinely stunk a piss, I had breathing problems, on an oxygen machine, sitting inside school while everyone else was on the playground. That's how hot I was in school. And then when I went to boarding school, my behaviour changed. I got really fucking bad. And then I ended up going to a naughty boys school. So
really,
I never went home.
So
You won't
really,
go home once every 2
you were
weeks.
a young man with a chip on your shoulder. Now you're a mature man with
a chip on my shoulder.
With delts on your shoulder.
I've got a chip on my shoulder and a chip on my new machine.
Oh yeah, and even
Sorry. So yeah, I thought I'd share that with you. There was a positive message in there somewhere. Actually, I'd like to share this with you as well. Got a letter here from Dorian Yates. That was pre him being a cunt.
Oh, chill out.
I know. Now, granted, he was one of the best bodybuilders of all time, and certainly the best bodybuilder to come out of the UK. But he's also the best dickhead in the industry too. So he takes all titles. Me and Dorian don't get along. Now this is a letter from the fucking legend, Bertil Fox. You don't know who Bertil Fox is, do you?
Bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course I do.
Back from the Arnold days. He's currently serving life in prison and he was on death row. And in this letter, he says, please excuse my handwriting. He's in the islands of St Kitts, so they don't really have any human rights at all.
Where?
In fact, I showed you my human rights, didn't I, when I wrote my letter to the governor.
Where?
St Kitts, which is one of the Caribbean islands.
Oh.
He said, excuse my handwriting, the light isn't very good in here. We've got 13 people to a cell, and when somebody stands up, it blocks out the light. Yeah. Now, let me read you my letter of complaint to the governor. Where was that?
Just showing everyone that was it. Ooh.
Actually,
That was on.
drinks, I've lost it.
Hey.
Huh? Oh yeah, that was better, yeah.
Show me. Is it up, bro? Geezer.
Good job.
Was he on? Was that the one on Pumping On? He was playing.
Now, my letter of complaint to the governor. Ready? This is how official I got. I would like to see the governor ASAP, as I have a lot of issues to discuss.
Thank you.
ASAP.
Yeah.
That's professional. ASAP.
Pro.
That was me demanding my rights. Poor Bertil was in a fucking cell in the Caribbean somewhere. They had I think they've only got one bed, so the rest have to sleep on the floor. 13 people to a cell, and I'm demanding
13 people to
to see the governor because I got nicked for wanking, and I find it unacceptable. And I know my rights. It's mad, isn't it, though? 2 different countries, 2 different rules. How much rights we have in jail? We've got PlayStation 2, watching porn, Nuts magazine, I've got Grand Theft Auto.
That one's a sweatbox.
San
This poor
Andreas,
bastard
wasn't it?
he was the greatest bodybuilder.
Wait.
of all time.
What Grand Theft Auto? San Andreas or what? Or Vice City?
It might have been San Andreas. Vice City was definitely in there, yeah, with my time. But it's mad, isn't it?
You're fitting a Lego games out in prison.
I'm going to get that framed. Bertil.
Right.
There was an appeal, actually, to get him sent to the UK to finish his sentence, because he was born in St Kitts, but he lived here from the age of 1, and that's why he got off the death penalty.
Is he still in prison now?
Yeah, but they're trying to get him sent over to finish his sentence in the UK.
I think he said he's
Human
67
rights.
now, so
Is he 67?
something like that.
He shot his missus and mother-in-law.
Oh,
I think there's a lot of people that feel like that.
No ideas.
Not my mum and sister, bro.
Not much.
Alright, we're on 25 minutes.
Do you get on with your mother-in-law? 25-minute video?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I just thought I'd interest you all in my life and give you a positive message with a bit of humour.
If you've made it here, you're a die-hard fan.
Yeah, if you've made it to the end of this video, you're a die-hard fan. On that note, have a train, baby.